Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about why creative directors do not start by generating images right away, but instead begin with a mood board. When people create AI lookbooks, they often try to make beautiful images first, but strong results do not come from pretty visuals alone. You first need to define who the brand is speaking to, what impression it wants to leave, and what emotion it needs to communicate. A mood board is not just a collection of references. It is the starting point of visual direction and the system that keeps AI outputs aligned in one clear tone. So why does this matter? A mood board is not just a tool for organizing visual taste. It is a system for translating strategy into visual language. First, we define the goal and the audience. Then we decide what kind of mood they should feel. After that, we organize those choices into a brand brief. Once that brief exists, AI stops being a random image generator and becomes an execution tool working within a clear direction. In other words, the mood board turns taste into strategy, and the brand brief turns that strategy into a repeatable system. That is why this process matters. It creates a clear visual language, helps teams make faster decisions, and ultimately builds much stronger brand consistency. Inside RealSnap, this process becomes very intuitive. First, you build a mood board with images that feel right for the brand. Then, step 1, define the vibe. This is where I input how the brand should feel. I'll answer questions like, what's the strongest emotional impression, what mood should we avoid, and how should we describe the brand in keywords. For this project, I set the core emotion as intellectual tension within unfamiliarity. Step 2, define the strategy. This is where I input what the brand should communicate. I answer questions like, what's the most important message, how people should remember the brand, and what direction feels right. Step 3, generate the visual brief. This is where everything comes together. The mood board images you added, plus the vibe and strategy from step 1 and 2, are combined into one clear visual direction. RealSnap translates your inputs into a structured brief covering tone, style, composition, object analysis, texture direction, color palette, and overall visual language. Once you click Generate, your personalized brand visual board is completed within 2 hours. From vibe to strategy to visual brief, you're not just creating images, you're building a clear creative direction. From now on, you can use Mood Match to get unlimited recommendations for lookbooks, campaigns, pop ups, stores, and models, all based on your brand brief. You can also create your own visuals with your desired mood and objects using Mood Create. Mood Create lets you quickly generate detailed lookbook and film snaps through a simple prompt based workflow. Without writing complex prompts, you can create brand aligned images instantly based on your preset brand brief. Learn more in the next tutorial.